Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero. We're back again talking about Rippaverse detractors yet again because, of course, good old Buster Baxter just cannot shut up. He continues to cry like a little girl. He continues to cry as if someone pissed in his Cheerios or somebody harmed his dog, aka, in this case, it would be Eric July harming his Fifis, and he still can't get over it. Months and months and months have passed, and he still cannot get over the fact that Eric July said, "Go F yourself." When you decided to call Eric July's business a scam, you decided to say he was being fraudulent with a charity, and you're still crying about it. And the only interaction you ever get is when you talk about Eric, and you barely get any of that with your 28.5K followers. The most I've seen you muster up in the last couple days was 300 likes for a Twitter account that has 28.5K followers. It's crazy how you gain followers and yet no one engages with your posts. But we're going to take a look here, starting right away with Alpha Core number one, sitting at $1.075 million. For the weirdos out there that claim that I have a speech impediment, I'm sorry, I'm not Joe Biden. I'm not your hero, Joe Biden. But unfortunately for you, I'm sorry that I have an accent and you're too stupid to know that. Anyway, go ahead and pick your favorite cover for Alpha Core number one. Obviously, I picked all four covers as well as a poster and a shirt. I can't wait to get this book and read it. Same thing with something like Blade Devil 2, Chains of Blood. I bought, all the covers for this book because I have faith that this book will be very good, considering that I bought Blade Devil 1 and I absolutely enjoyed the artwork and the storyline involved with it. You get 69 pages of story for anyone who's interested in the more anime, waifu, manga style books. I believe this book is for you, as well as 2 supplemental stories, and you get a trading card for each cover that you buy. You can also get Blade Devil 1 from this campaign if you do not want to wait for Blade Devil 2 to come out, where you can add it on. You get it here for $10. Moving on to Joe Ball's project, sitting at 88K. You can get the 3-pack, which is what I got. Manga editions for $18 for a 300-page graphic novel, $30 for the hardcover line art edition, or $45 for the hardcover color edition. Beautiful colors, beautiful line art, beautiful manga style book here. So we're going to start here with Sean Harwick, who decided to unblock me, by the way, after he had blocked me because I was quote-unquote annoying. Now, the problem with that is the fact that you like to spew your nonsense and put it into the ether and act like it's a fact that ISOM has bad writing and bad art. But again, your opinion is just your opinion, just like you have an a-hole, and why I say opinions are like a-holes. Everyone has one. So seeing an elevator button, right, somehow broke your immersion. You know why it broke your immersion? Because you're not a real customer. You're just a hater and a troll who decided you would sail the high seas into dark waters and find a copy of ISOM 2 and nitpick the book, similar to a Mike Partia, or however you say his name, how he nitpicks a red truck or stairs or some weird thing, right? Did I honestly even notice this floating button? No, because I was immersed in the story, because I was reading the story. I didn't really care. I was focused more on the dialogue and the moving parts, like people moving through the panels, and finding out what the characters are doing after ISOM 1. I said it probably broke your immersion because you were actively seeking out something to be wrong with the book like a weirdo. I've never in my life experienced so many envious people look for crap to be wrong with Eric's comic, especially brookies who can't even afford to buy it. Izzy here says, are you still doing this? I feel like people moved on for a while. Yes, people like Buster Baxter still acting like an ex-girlfriend who can't get over her ex, still crying about it every single day like a total female dog. Yep, Dicky Boy will never stop until he supposedly crashes a man's business into the ground, even when he is blatantly lying about Rippaverse's artist's work. Now I will make a correction, as Cliff Richards is the artist and Gabe Altaib is the colorist. I will make that correction because at least I'm man enough to make said corrections. You have Mark 5 here saying the puppets were actually entertaining, unlike ISOM. Doubt you read it. I doubt you bought it. No one should take your opinion seriously when you didn't purchase the material and you just pirated it like every other weirdo. The whole YouTube culture war good guy shtick is old now. It was needed 5 or 6 years ago, but now it's an oversaturated genre where people repeating each other's opinions of ad nauseum. That definitely doesn't happen considering the arguments that go on with FNT, so you're wrong. Also, critics are allowed to be criticized. Sure, when you actually bring some real criticism and don't say dumb crap like putting a hand on someone's shoulder is akin to harm. It's very weird. Nah, those puppets were super gay and reek of jealousy. It's funny that the Frosty dude likes to say, oh, what can we say that doesn't bring jealousy? Well, the fact that you're making puppets based on popular YouTubers like Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, Eric July, and people like that, when you don't know a dang thing about what they're talking about or what their content is about, reeks of jealousy. The fact that you could take that energy, rather than making puppets of people you dislike, you could just make puppet shows. But of course, it wouldn't get as many views if you're not talking crap about people you dislike or people that other people dislike. That's why you don't do your weirdo puppet shows about anything but people who are popular in the YouTube commentary space. The Deep Striker says, where did he mention AI? Oh yeah, when he said it probably wasn't AI, because I'm responding to him with my thumbnail and my title of my last video from yesterday. I said, tell me you didn't watch my video without telling me you didn't watch my video. He did admit that he didn't watch my video, so why I should give you any kind of answer? I shouldn't. How do you explain the obvious similarities, though? Even the lines around the wheels aren't circular like a real car. It's fiction. Lines are allowed to be exaggerated. It's a work of a drawing. Manga exaggerates stuff all the time, like exaggerated expressions. Still trying to figure out why I should care how someone draws. If you're not going to have this same energy with mainstream comics, I don't owe you nothing. Of course, I angered some Last of Us people. Black Sage, shout out to Black Sage D, always with the great breakdowns of these weirdos. I'm going to give you all a hint. Every professional artist uses 3D draw assets. In fact, it's outright encouraged for people to use assets in digital art, like Clip Studio, so that people will draw these assets correctly. This is such an effing reach. Coming from, replying to Buster Baxter, of course. To which I responded by saying, this guy gets it as far as the reach goes. Dick Masterson reaches hard, and as usual, EVS defends the nonsense from him. This is the problem I have with all this nonsense. Indie artists trying to cut other indie artists down. Also, Juju the Cow sticking his nose in it like a total weirdo. As classical B-made beta male who got his feelings hurt by words. GTFOH. I'm sure my audience is smart enough to know what that means, because I have a very intelligent audience. I'm not commenting on the video, then how about watch the video or STFU? Your opinion is invalid otherwise. I don't take any kind of nonsense from people who aren't going to watch my stuff and then try to comment on it. I don't care. And I love this right here. It feels great knowing that I make weirdos like this so mad that getting paid to sing karaoke makes these clowns push my videos through the algorithms. Of course, guy who's commented plenty of times still doesn't understand how the algorithm works. All you're doing is pushing my videos through the algorithm by commenting on them. Man, why are all you Rippertards so unbelievably intelligent? It's Ripper who is owed nothing. He's trying to sell a product. The quality of the product is dog water. If the book wasn't so terrible, I would be a potential customer. No, you wouldn't. Shout out to Bruce. That's called concern trolling. If you choose not to buy it, it's cool. Tell your story walking then. The problem is no one asks you to sweat other men's money. Eric never said he's owed anything. He's been openly appreciative of his supporters and thanks them constantly, which is exactly what I do, which is exactly what anyone who's humble about what they're doing should be doing. Ripper's not owed it, he earned it. Hence, so many people are buying it. No one is forced to buy from Ripper. We buy it because it's great. I also responded by saying, you were never going to buy the product. You are a brokey who already pirated. Stop lying and shut the F up when grown folks are talking. Because this guy is not to be taken serious. He's not a grown folk. But with the horrible quality of both the writing and the art, and Eric's horrible little B attitude and inability to take criticism, he's just driving away potential customers, alienating 50% of his sales base with each campaign, and just not attracting any new fans in general. I've said this in previous videos. You comparing the sales of ISOM to Alpha Core is like comparing sales of Batman to Wonder Woman. Batman is always going to sell better than Superman, better than Wonder Woman, better than any other DC hero in the roster. Similar to how Spider-Man will sell more than any person in the Marvel roster. This is why your argument is stupid. And on top of that, number 2s typically do less than number 1s, even in novels. It's already been proven multiple times to these idiots by Bruce when it comes to Harry Potter. It happens all the time. It's not a new phenomenon because you dummies are not real comic book fans. To which I said, sounds like your opinion because you keep regurgitating this talking point of my bad writing and my bad art. You retards still don't understand the concept of your opinion is like an a-hole. Everyone has one. Comic numbers don't sell as good as number one ever in history. Books still sell after the campaign. He doesn't have to take criticism from anyone who didn't purchase the product, and that includes your B-boy Dick Masterson, which his notes were not criticism, they were retardation. Until you idiots understand these basic points, no one has to take you seriously. ISOM 2 still did better than every other indie project and still sells. I can tell 99% of you B-boys don't read comics, don't own comics, and don't care about the medium. You were never going to buy the product, and neither was any other weirdo crying about it or his success. Which is just a fact. Sorry. Just is. Of course, I retweeted Gabe Al-Taib, which, like I said, he blocked me and he unblocked me eventually. I said, lovely, I'm glad you blocked me. You get called out on what is your opinion about ISOM, not a factual statement. You believe it is factual that the writing and art are objectively bad. That's fine. You don't like that I pushed back? Tough crap. Goodbye. Which, like I said, he unblocked me. You got blocked because you're annoying. You have a speech impediment. F off, retard. As a famous streamer once said, if you're a broke boy, just say it. Which he liked to claim that he's a millionaire, which I highly doubt, which is a lot of what these weirdos YouTubers do as well. They like to claim they have money when they don't. This guy comes back. I eventually got rid of him. I don't give a crap about two fat people talking crap about me. Yes, karaoke is singing. Yes, I got paid to do it. Stay mad, cope, and get blocked, weirdo. Here's one of Dick Masterson's weirdo fantasies as well, by the way. He claims that this is ISOM and his sister, which it's not. This panel does not exist in either ISOM 1 or ISOM 2. I said, this must be a weirdo fantasy you have because this isn't in either ISOM 1 or 2. You really need to get laid or touch grass. Here he comes back again. Like I said, he unblocked me. He's insisting this is an elevator and they go down to the garage. Since when do elevators go beep, beep, beep? I said, since always. Elevators do go beep. They do make noise, by the way. It's like you've never been outside. If you've never been near an elevator before, they make noise. I've been around plenty of elevators that do multiple sounds. They make multiple sounds, by the way. Because I actually have a life outside of destroying you weirdos in my videos. You must not go outside very often, Mr. Quote Millionaire. They pass through there and take the elevator down to the garage. This is why you're retarded and clearly did not read this book to read it. You read it to complain like a baby bag female dog. Like I said, these people don't actually care. Like, they really don't actually care. Here are the 3D assets Airgel used to, quote, draw ISOM. He didn't draw the book, he's the writer, you dummy. That's why the comic feels so boring and lifeless. It's just ready-made 3D models assembled for cheap and sold to culture war rubes and suckers for as much as they can afford. Hashtag Ripperverse. I'm still waiting to see if your book has sold more than ISOM. Oh wait, it hasn't. Ripperverse comics have sold more than your garbage book, Men Are Better Than Women. So, shut up. Lol, this is what's putting the industry on notice. Looks like to Eric July, 6 million harvested from pay pigs for a bunch of half-ass tracing. Again, on yet another nitpick. Who the heck is looking back here? We're paying attention to the dialogue when we're reading this panel. You weirdo. All 3D assets traced for $6 million comic license for commercial use. I'm about to write some emails. You're still weird. Because again, you quote tweeted your own tweet. Because you get no interaction outside of talking about Eric July. It's so weird. He does it again. Takes the same exact tweet, quotes it again, because he realizes this is the only way he gets views. Hey morons, it doesn't matter if it's industry standard. Like, why are you talking to yourself? You psycho. To use cheap 3D assets to fill out your comic book, it looks like crap and Eric July had 6 million to do better. Instead, he sold anti-woke garbage, never marketed that way, to you pigs for $100 a plate, and said it's just as good as crap. It was a $35 book, you idiot. I'm sorry you clamor, and you're a broke boy who can't afford $100. For cover C, by the way. That was ISOM 2, which cover C for Alpha Core 1 is now $50. Why? Because Eric negotiated printing deals. What a concept. Again, you don't actually care about this medium. All you care about is getting some kind of own or gotcha on Eric July. It's like, what's the next thing you weirdos are going to pop up? Are you going to pop up the hospital where Eric July was born? It's like, is that the next goalpost? Like, y'all are so weird, and Dick Masterson just seems like a gay boy. You really seem like a gay boy. Sick front butt, bro. Yeah. Because his legs aren't on top of his feet, aren't on top of this couch right here. That make his thigh go up. You weirdo. And like I said, this. Wait, isn't this Isaman his sister? What kind of universe is this? The one that's made up in your head, because this isn't in the book. Anyone can tell with this nonsense dialogue, this nonsense bubble dialogue. And again, the fact that anyone who has the book knows this isn't in the book. It's some weirdo fantasy that you made up in your head just to try to get some kind of weirdo own on Eric July. Because you don't care about anything but yourself. You care about trying to get an own or a gotcha or some weirdo victory over someone who is better than you, who's more successful than you, who's made more money than you that you'll ever see in your life, because you're simply clamoring to relevancy and ankle biting on someone better than you. This is so weird. It's very weird. It's like me looking at 210 LG and going, wow, look at that guy. He's getting way more subs than me. I'm so jealous. Nobody would, like me, would do that weird crap. Obviously, LG has a different audience than I do. So it's only right that he would get more subs than I would. But I digress. I think I've ranted long enough on this subject. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button. Comment below what you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all that we get notifications anytime I post a new video or live stream. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.